Alright, welcome guys. How are we doing? Sorry I'm a little late. Well, technically I'm early, but hope your Sunday's going well. Alright, people. Alright. Alright, we're good to go. I did go through one turn this morning. The only thing I did was put the heroes into the army, excuse me. Nothing else happened. So we're just going to start with this first battle. We'll fight it manually just so we don't take much damage. But I do apologize. I feel worse than I did yesterday by quite a bit. You can probably hear it a little more. My voice and stuffiness, coughing again, and I got a pretty good headache today. So I'm not sure how long I'll stream, but I just wanted to just keep up my word. Said I'd be back today. I just don't know how long I'll be back today. Could be a very short stream, maybe only 2 hours. I don't know. I did take medicine about 30 minutes ago, so hopefully that kicks in, and I got a water and everything, so I'll stay hydrated. But woke up this morning just feeling like something was just off, because each day I've like slowly started feeling a little better, but this morning it just has different plans for me, I guess. So that's where I'm at with that. Hey, Anon, welcome to the stream, man. Yeah, I got a big old oh, there we go, big old glass right here, and I don't know what it is, but coffee's been soothing. I know it's hot and it feels good on my throat, but it's been very soothing and helps with my voice. So I have a cup of coffee being made right now too. So hopefully I can go a little longer than an hour and a half, 2 hours, but we'll see. All right. Don't need you. Go. Shouldn't take too long. Good thing is they should always want to keep shooting him because he's so big. Come up here. But yeah, I wasn't even up late last night. Not last night, but a few days before. Because I've been feeling better, I stayed up. I think Thursday night into Friday, and then Friday into Saturday. I was up to like 2 or 3 in the morning, playing Warhammer 3 and other games. Mostly Warhammer 3, but just to kind of like give myself a break, I played different ones. And I felt fine, like went to bed, slept great. And then last night, like I already knew something was up yesterday, because after I finished the stream yesterday, my head was getting worse. I could already tell. And then we ate supper at like 6 o'clock my time, and at like 7 o'clock I was already ready for bed because I was just utterly exhausted. But I managed to stay up until like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then I slept all the way through till about 9 this morning. So, which my fiance had the same issue. So I don't know if it's just, you know, still the virus taking its course and it's just like a second wave of it. But she had the same issue where my fiance had started feeling better. By like Tuesday or Wednesday already, she was feeling better. And then like Thursday she was fine, but then Friday she was feeling worse again. And then like yesterday and then today, she went into work today. And she still doesn't feel 100%, but she feels a lot more like herself. And so hopefully I'm, you know, obviously going through that same thing, but hopefully mine's just towards the end of it instead of kind of just beginning. Because I wanted to stream, I mean, I'm obviously streaming today, but I also wanted to stream tomorrow because I can't work tomorrow yet because my company doesn't work on the weekend, so they didn't have me fill out the like questionnaire thing for my COVID, you know, in regards to whether or not I can go back to work. So I'll have to fill that out tomorrow, which means I won't work tomorrow. But if I'm feeling like this tomorrow, I'm not gonna stream. I'll probably make some videos for the Lord of the Rings mod either tonight or tomorrow instead, and then just be in some live streams and be talking to people. But yeah, because right now, like, I don't know what it was. Just yesterday, last night I was just a freaking zombie. I was like forgetting things mid-sentence. Like it was bad. It was very bad. So you should keep healing. No. Come on. No. Okay. Let's bring him up here. They're only alive because of these two guys. So let's go deal with them. He should have, I say he'll pick up some physical resistance here soon, because it will do enough damage to him. But I do apologize about my voice. I know it's not the greatest thing to listen to. Again, it's worse than yesterday. I do apologize. But I'm trying to stay on top of it. It's the thought that counts, right? He's so small, I don't know if using this is worth it. We can... Oh, it actually worked really well. Alright. Oh, yeah. Not since I noticed that too, after I think I caught it in February, after I recovered, I started having trouble typing. Normally a very fast typer, but I keep misspelling words that I know how to spell. Yeah. Well, I was doing it like I was in like a mid story conversation with my fiance last night, and I just forgot like basic words, and then it I don't know what it was, but it was just bad. This morning it was a little better. I fumbled a few times, so we'll see. But yeah, love it. Gotta love it. I mean, the good thing is, in terms of, you know, being stuck at home, even if I can't stream, at least I can be playing games and, you know, testing stuff for Warhammer 3 and getting ready for the Lord of the Rings stuff. So it's just, you know, that I'm home, like I never ever have the chance to you know, stream at a decent time to actually interact with a larger group of people. And then of course the one time I could, you know, I have COVID where I don't feel like doing anything. And then when I start feeling better, I was like, because like that's why I streamed yesterday. I was like, okay, like I'm feeling pretty good. You know, I'm on my, it got medicine going. You know, I'll be fine. Like it'll be fine. You know, I'm feeling pretty good. You know, tomorrow I'll be fine. I'll do the work thing, like the questionnaire tomorrow, and then go back to work Tuesday. And now I'm like, fuck that. Like, if I feel like this tomorrow, man, it's gonna be bad. Yeah, I'd rather get the armor piercing, and then give him the chaos shield back.
Fallen champion.
Money's okay. So let's actually go for the casualty replenishment rate.
Chaos rewards me once more.
When I'm trying to, yeah, like it's definitely weird. Like I never, like, you know, I don't frequently forget the word that I'm trying to talk about, and this, like, it was just over my head. Like I could not for the life of me think of what the heck I wanted to say, and it was just bad. Like it was so bad. Let's do money here. I do like the control buildings because they provide a good amount of garrison. No, we don't want that one. Also, we can, other than that, sell all of these. That actually wouldn't be too bad for him, but yeah, I noticed that in my own playthrough. I was like, oh, like I never use any of these because you can't as the Demon Prince, and so I just started selling them. I hope you're having a good Sunday, Don.
You are nothing to me.
Nope.
Chaos reigns.
Alright, good. Yeah, I need to get him to Fleshy Abundance. The Wood Elves, I imagine, will be coming soon. So yeah, I started, I got up this morning and I started playing the other campaign I have going for this. So I kind of am picking up, because I've never played like this, the turn 41. Yeah, turn 41 is the farthest I've ever gone in a Demon Prince campaign. So I literally have no idea what the hell I'm getting myself into. Like I just don't know. And so I'm trying to be prepared for anything really, because I don't know what to expect. I don't know what's common or uncommon. You know, it's complete unknown to me. And see, like here, I want to attack them and get the jump on them, because it looks like this is their only army, and it's pretty shitty.
Ravage.
Plus, it would complete the province. Who are you at war with?
I've been looking forward to this.
Horned prophet, take the offer, no fun.
Nope.
Marauders all.
Okay.
Northmen come. A timely arrival. My warhounds haven't eaten in days.
Cool.
It's done.
Yeah, the Plague, that gives you Vanguard is OP. You also get the Teleport stance about 70 turns before Siege does. Super annoying to fight against the faction once they get... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been saving it for when I run into some Kislev problems.
Fallen champion. Seek prey, minions. Conquest.
I can always come out of the stance.
For the ruinous powers.
Ah. Okay, that's stupid.
Go forth, my thralls.
Alright, well, let's... That's stupid. Maybe I can't do that. Hey, Morn, what's up, buddy? Ugh. Yeah, welcome everyone to the stream. It's good to have you. I'm dying, Morn, as you can probably hear. I'm dying. I was feeling good yesterday. I felt alright the day before, you know, other than still having like 4 or 5 symptoms from COVID. I was like, okay, like, I'm feeling, you know, I'm not great, but I'm managing. And then this morning, I'm back to feeling like absolute asshole.
I've been looking forward to this. Prepare to be ripped. What?
I'm gonna try and
My
stream
warhounds haven't eaten in days.
today, you know, for a good amount of time, but as of right now, it's I don't know, it's not looking good.
Demon Prince.
Ah, fuck me. God damn it. See, my brain's already going to shit. Fuck. Hey, Suzanne, thank you. Thank you, and thank you for being here, Suzanne. Thank you very much. It seems so random how hard it hits. First time I had it was pretty brutal. Second time I had a small sore throat. And that's the opposite for me. The first time I had it was when it was first becoming popular, right? My fiance girlfriend at the time had picked it up, and she was like bedridden and like on her deathbed, and I lost my excuse me. And for that, all I did, I lost my sense of taste and smell, and that was it. The first time I had COVID. So like when I got it this time, I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, you know, yeah, I actually want to keep them happy. I was like, whatever, you know, I'll have a sore throat, you know, like last time. I'll lose my sense of taste and smell and I'll be fine. And this time it just doesn't want to go away. It just keeps freaking coming back. Like, the only thing that's consistently stayed away has been like the body chills and the cold sweats, or else everything else just like in the morning I'm feeling fine, and then in the afternoon I'm back to ass, or vice versa, or I'm just make sure you get up. Oh yeah, and that's what I want to save this quick, just in case it backfires on me again, just so I don't have to keep resaving. Was like I was feeling good. I was staying up on, you know, my medicine and everything.
Demon Prince.
And I was like, okay, like I'm feeling good. And so like that's why yesterday I streamed, because I figured I would stream today and yesterday, and then probably go to work on Tuesday after I submit the questionnaire thing tomorrow.
The tribe consents.
And now, like, I don't know. It just like I'm sleeping. I'm getting like 8 to 9 hours. Last night I got over 10 hours of sleep. Like I'm doing everything I possibly can to heal myself. And it just keeps coming fucking back. Like medicine, like food. I'm just gonna ambush him. Fuck him. I don't want to deal with it. I apologize, but fuck him. But yeah, I woke up this morning. I woke up at like 9 o'clock, which for me, 9 a.m. is late. I'm usually up no later than 5:30 in the morning every day, even when I am working at like 9 a.m. just because I wake up and I usually have like 1 or 2 cups of coffee. You know, I probably usually watch Livestream, or I just play in my own time and watch like videos people have already come out with. But the last 2 days, I've slept a lot. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I know what's going on. I just wish it would get better. Alright.
Demon Prince.
You gonna die, clown.
Yes, a timely arrival.
Give me your money.
My warhounds haven't eaten in days. In agreement.
I think more, thank you, Susan. Me too. It's just annoying because, you know, I start feeling better. I'm like, okay, like, this isn't too bad. This isn't too bad.
Supreme Champion.
And, do I want to auto this? No. Because, like, I start feeling better. And I'm like, okay, like, I still got some symptoms. I don't feel the greatest, but I'm definitely better than I was the day before. And then I'm trying to, like, game plan it in my head. Like, okay, I can, you know, I'm feeling good enough I can stream, or I can make a video, you know, or something. And then I'll be back to work, you know, at this time. And I'll, you know, I'm trying to figure out a system. And then, like, last night when I start feeling symptoms, and then I wake up, you know, feeling like this, it just throws a wrench in it because I don't know what to do. Then I feel bad for my coworkers at work. Sounds good, Suzanne. I think I call you Susan. Suzanne? Yeah, thank you, Suzanne. Because I know work for them was not fun this week. And I feel like an asshole for being gone. But at the same time, like, I don't want to go to work and make other people sick, even when I'm not even feeling better myself, just out of guilt, and then get more people sick, and then have, you know, more people gone away from work when we need people at work. And so I'm just conflicted because I want to be back at work because I've already been gone. But at the same time, I don't want anybody else to get sick because we need, you know, we don't need to spread it at work, obviously. I'm getting frustrated with it because I'm like, okay, like, I'm feeling better, I'll be able to get back to work, and then I stop feeling better, and it's just irritating. Alright. Land right in the middle.
I demand only one thing from my minions.
Get rid of their cavalry. Or as much as their cavalry as we can, anyway. Their chariots will probably do a good amount of damage to me, but that's okay.
Demon Prince. Eliminate them.
Being a giant blob will do the most damage that way. I will say, coming to Warhammer related, the Demon Prince is pretty good now. I like his quarantine, or his stats. Oh my fucking god, his quarantine. He's definitely been improved. Definitely been improved. Good lord, my brain. Anon says the eternal quarantine conundrum. Quarantining while sick is the #1 best way to stop the spread of any disease, but also mean work isn't getting done and the employer takes a hit. Which, I mean, the thing is, like, they can replace, you know, like, they can handle it, but, like, from personal experience, like, just when people are out, like, it's very irritating, because the thing is, right, it's the people that are always gone because they're sick are the people that are always the ones gone because they're always sick. It's never the people that constantly are there for work, right? And so when they're sick, it's like, oh, you know, of course Bob is sick again. You know, why would he be at work? You know, he's never here, that kind of thing. And then when you're actually sick and you're in that situation, like for me anyway, I feel like a douche, because I'm like, oh fuck, like I'm actually really sick. Like this sucks. And then you feel bad because you know how everybody is at work when they're, you know, when it's backed up and it's stressful and people are pissed off because, you know, Bob didn't show up today, you know, that kind of thing, because it puts everybody else in a fucking pickle, and you're just irritated and pissed off. And I mean, that was me all week. And so like I want to get back because I feel better, but at the same time, like for me, like I want to get back just because I feel bad. But if I cause more people to be sick, it's just going to make things even worse. Especially if I go back when I'm not feeling better, then I'm just going to be pissed off and cranky and not feeling good anyway, because I'm not even, you know, I'm not even healthy to begin with. So, I don't know. I mean, it's just a vicious fucking circle. You can go round and round and round. But it's weird too, because my employer isn't even the ones in charge of sending me back to work. It's what, I don't know the name of the company, but it's whatever this company, third party, that they have hired to handle their positive COVID cases. So, I mean, it's not like I can just be like, well, I'm not feeling better, but you know, I've been gone long enough from work and they need help really badly, so I'm going into work today. Like, if I go in and go to work, they're just gonna send me home. I would think. Maybe they wouldn't, but
Ascended champion of chaos. Glorious annihilation.
This year's most, if not all, companies can financially afford to let workers stay at home and keep their workers safe, but most are too greedy to do it. Yeah. Look, that's 2 units there. I wasn't paying attention though either. This is not going to be a good stream in terms of me being effective and efficient, because I'm just not feeling it. But I am really having fun with the Demon Prince. That's the silver lining, is I'm having lots of fun. So the thing is, I lost 2 units. They lost a lot more forces than me, but they didn't lose any units. And that's the other thing, is I need to talk to my boss, because my actual boss was gone last week on vacation. And this week he's back, but I've been talking to, not like his replacement, but, you know, a different manager who's been in charge, right? Yeah, let's make him bigger so he can run through shit. I like how most of my things are all Nurgle. Almost all of them are.
Demon Prince.
Alright. Yep, get the 30%.
Boom to the great reaping.
So yeah, I need to talk to him and be like, hey, what am I supposed to frickin' do? Which I just need to get his email and send him the questionnaire, but still. I haven't even recruited another lord yet.
Something encroaches on our darkness.
Yeah, I don't want Nurglings anyway.
This world
Yeah.
will burn.
Refused.
I mean, he'll force march down into here, would be my guess. And we'll just go down there in channeling stance and get our magic back up. Because I can't reach that settlement next turn anyway.
I will put out your eyes.
Interesting. Since Scarbrand has been, oh shit.
Plan scheme is discordant. No, Gracie, never wrong.
Supreme champion. More lands to subjugate.
Ooh, maybe they'll even come and attack me here.
A step too far.
With these three. I'll take that.
So much power.
I can beat that. My 14 against this.
No, need my warp token stash.
Yeah, I can beat that.
Unrest foments.
I'll take better walls there. And then let's do... Public order is fine, so let's do this one. I don't know. Screw it. Do that one. There's nothing like really amazing in that one.
Slaughter. Rejoice.
Casualty replenishment rate, that's right.
Is endless.
If the Lord was there, I would have fought it manually, but yeah, he breaks a lot. Alright.
Demon Prince.
I hate how it never shows up the first time. Yeah. Take that. It's literally a Nurgling. Or a Nurgling. A Nurgle dominated lore. Yep. Let's build walls.
This world.
Let's check this. How close are we to getting replenishment rate? Okay. 1,430. So we might get it at the end of this one. Might be able to. We'll be fine with this one. Should be able to get a lot of experience here. A lot of experience. This map sucks though too, but it'd be really freaking easy if we had fleshy abundance, but we just don't yet. Ooh, I need to get my coffee. I'll be right back. Alright. It says, yeah, blue horrors are pretty good at melting enemy units. The only thing I've seen them lose to was Demonites. Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm conflicted because I really like Slanesh. And I'm also now really enjoying the Demon Prince campaign. And I really like this kind of new battle difficulty setup I have. Well, battle and campaign difficulty setup I have has been really fun. And so now I just want to play all the factions I haven't played other than the Ogre Kingdoms. If you can work it, yeah, I'm believe me, I've been looking at stuff. This is where I'm at, because ideally, let's actually start it so we can see where they are. That's weird. Have you guys ever seen the AI set up like this? What? That's really weird. Never seen them. Usually they're just always spread out, but not in like square formations like that. Like perfectly almost rectangle or squared. That's really weird. Like, yeah, they're all perfectly boxed within the like supply location zone. That's weird. Yeah, Suzanne, I work for FedEx Express, so I can't work from home for it. I shouldn't say that. I can work from home with that company, just not in the position I'm in. Yeah, usually they're like spread out. That way, you know, you can't just plop a Firestorm or Infernal Gateway or, you know, a Vortex spell on them like that. Or, you know, Mortis Engine ability kind of thing. I mean, I'm glad they're doing it. It's just I've never seen them do it before. But yeah, so anyway, back to what I was saying. So I've been looking at other jobs. I have, not just so I can work from home and play video games. But like, I enjoy the people I work with, and I know in any job, in any position, you're going to have, you know, you're just gonna have headaches. You know, in general, you're gonna have headaches. But we're so how do I say it? Long story short, we are expanding the volume that we're doing in our current situation. So we're going to be doing more. We're taking in more freight to then deliver out daily by like 30%. But they haven't hired. They haven't hired any extra help that they promised. They haven't given us any incentives, pay, you know, in terms of vacation pay that they said they would look into. One of the pay increases actually got approved, got all the way up to the vice president, who has to like finally okay it, because it's a pretty significant raise for everybody. And it's just been like, you know, in my mind, it's just been laying on his desk in a to-do pile, and he hasn't taken the time to do it. That's been 3 months that's pushed back. And so they just keep saying that they're going to do this for us, they're going to do that for us, and then when push comes to shove, they always have an excuse for a reason why they can't do that now. While all that's been happening, they've put more deadline restrictions on us. They've put more just general restrictions on us in terms of how we can go about making our route. So they're taking a lot of stuff away from us. They're adding more things to penalize us for it. And, if we don't do the quote-unquote right thing, perfectly, we can get penalized. So they're adding in a bunch of stuff that's bad, and they're not adding anything that's good, even though they're saying all this good stuff is coming. Like, they told us about this in February. This merger and expansion is happening right around my birthday in the middle of October, and they haven't done a single thing about it. They haven't done anything, and so I've been looking at other jobs just for that, because I'm just tired. I can deal with bullshit. You're gonna have your good days, you're gonna have your bad days. I totally get that in any job, but it's the constant betrayal, I guess, in my opinion, where they just keep saying, oh yeah, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that, and then they don't do anything. And if anything, they make it worse than, they keep saying oh yeah, we're gonna make it better, but then they actually make it worse. And it's just really, really annoying. So I've been looking at other positions because of that. On top of it, the U.S. economy is not doing the greatest. If anyone here is not in the U.S., and being in Alaska, that means things are even more expensive. For me to put 22 gallons of gas into my truck cost me about $135 last week. And I can't, and that's in the summertime. In the wintertime, you're filling up your tank regardless of your vehicle 2 or 3 times a week. My truck was twice a week, because you're always starting it in the morning, you're letting it heat up because it's so cold up here. So for me, I'm sorry, but I can't spend $250 a week on my vehicle alone. And still, that's $1,000 a month on fuel just to go to work, with no pay increases or anything like that. That's just $1,000 more right there out of my pocket just to get to work in the wintertime. Plus with having our first child on the way, I've just been looking at things, but the problem is stuff from home. Obviously, a lot of the stuff from home is IT, customer service, data analysis, all that stuff, and I just don't have the experience in that field, because my whole job history so far has been manual labor. I've worked in a lot of warehouses, all warehouse / manual labor, since I was 18, and I'm just about to be 27 in a few months. So I've got 9 years of warehouse and customer service experience, because I worked at a grocery store for about 2 years, and so I had to deal with people more there on a person-to-person basis, but I also ended up moving into helping manage warehouses with that place later down the road. So a lot of the stuff that I wouldn't mind doing online, I don't technically have the experience for, and they want experience, and I don't blame them, but I just don't have that initial experience. Just because I went to college for a different career path, and my work history is in that career path, which isn't what the stay-at-home jobs are for. I don't have IT knowledge. I didn't go to school for medical stuff, so to do medical recording or anything like that. And so those jobs are paying $2 to $3 an hour less, which that really isn't that big of a deal because, you know, even if I take like a $2 to $3 hourly pay cut, you know, come the winter time, like I know in the winter time, like I can work every single day, even if unless I'm deathly sick, like my work is right here. My work is my computer. So, you know, like I don't have to drive to work. I don't have to spend, you know, any money to get to work every day because I'm already here. So, I mean, there are pros and cons, but then like you throw a baby into the mix and it's like, okay, if I could find a job now that pays me the same, excuse me, I keep burping, and allows me to work from home, I would be golden. I would hop on that job in an instant because, you know, I would be getting paid the same, you know, without having to drive anywhere for work. So that would be, you know, a win-win for me right there. It's just whether or not I can find something like that is the issue. But I am looking. It's just there's just so many things to juggle with right now. And I mean back when I first started the channel, that's a reason why I started the channel, was because being up here in Alaska, like in the winters, if something goes south or whatnot, like it just pays to have something going on the side, really. Excuse me. And not just here in Alaska, but I mean there's a lot of stuff nowadays where people talk about a lot of having something on the side that you're passively doing that helps you make a few odd bucks here and there. And I was, you know, hoping that, oh shit, what are you doing? It still is a dream of mine, like, to make YouTube somewhat successful. So if I could make it work, I can make it work. You know, that's great. If it doesn't end up working out that way, that's totally fine. But, you know, if I were to work from home, I would obviously have more time to dedicate to streaming and making videos and content and everything. So it would have its flip side, or for upside, I should say. It would just take time, you know, to get there with that. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. There's a lot of what ifs. Like, it could work out really, really well, and it could blow up in my face. I just don't know at this stage. Because ideally, I would like to do something I can work, kind of like, I think it's what Mercy the Mad does. I know, Suzanne, you may not know who I'm talking about. It's just another Total War streamer who works from home, and then, like, I think he streams before he works, or vice versa. And he works on the computer, so, you know, he gets done working. I don't know what he does, but whatever. Gets done working, or gets ready for work, gets his work outfit stuff on, and then he goes to work or streams. You know, it's just bada bing, bada boom. Everything's right here. So it's something I would definitely like to look into. It's just gotta find it first. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he gets out of the house from time to time. My fiance gives me crap now because she always says, you know, if YouTube ever takes off, she's like, I don't think you're ever going to leave the house because, you know, she'll be in the house, our child will be in the house, my work is here, and my games are here. You know, why would I ever have to leave? But I mean, just with that, it just provides you with so much freedom. Customer service is not fun, but if you have worked at the supermarket, that is work experience for customer service. Yeah, that's true. Mercy is also in Australia, and he streams in the afternoon US time, so he wakes up really early. Yeah, so like, for me, being in Alaska, like, Legend of Total War, he starts his streams at 6 a.m. my time. Dame Offensive and like Mercy, they usually stream at like 10 or 11 a.m. my time. So you know, it's not that working at working from home would automatically mean, you know, I wouldn't have to work until noon my time, so I could stream, you know, right away, you know, for you guys. Like, I would still probably work, excuse me, 8 to 5 my time, which doesn't provide the best for streaming. But you know, if I'm working from home, I have a little more flexible schedule. You know, so then I'm not taking 20 minutes to drive home before I start streaming, or to make a video, or to start playing the game. Like, it just opens the window to be more accessible for you, you know, to make YouTube a thing, basically. Come on, if I can do, there we go. That's what I wanted. But yeah, I have looked at other jobs. Did it just crash on me? I think it just crashed. Oh yeah, it crashed on me. I kind of figured. It's alright. It's gonna happen. But see, it's weird is, I know I'm streaming it, but it didn't happen in my other campaign. And they're literally the exact same campaigns. So yeah, I mean, there are definitely... God damn. There are definitely pros and cons to working from home. Like, being in Alaska, like, working from home definitely has its benefits. You don't have to deal with the nasty... see, my live stream campaign's arguably going better than my other one. But you know, you don't have to pay for gas. You're always having a job, you know, because you're working from home, that kind of thing. But I mean, even for jobs that I don't technically have, like, I don't have the direct experience they want. I have experience in that field that I would need anyway, like customer service, computer skills, you know, like typing, like all that stuff. I have all those skills other than the direct, like, you know, if I were to do like medical stuff, right? I just don't know the medical terminology, but I feel like that's something you would eventually pick up on. I can type, I can talk to people, I can record, you know, all that stuff. It's obviously, you know, you're getting paid less for, depending on the type of work and everything like that. But it's just, I would just really, like, since I'm having a child, you know, like, throwing a kid in the mix just changes a lot, where, you know, I'd have to bite the bullet and take the job that pays me, you know, $2 to $3 more an hour. Like, I don't know, I'd have to run a lot of numbers and see what it would all come out to. But right now, I'm leaning towards having to keep the job I am, unless if I find something that allows me to work from home, for like $1 or $2 less, you know, great. Because then, you know, I get to work from home. I spend time with my fiance, spend time with my child, you know, all that stuff. It's great. It just really has to, you know, obviously you still have to live, you know, can't just live paycheck to paycheck, you know, be like, oh, you know, thank God I'm at home. I don't have to go to work, technically. But, you know, we're eating ramen noodles every freaking day kind of thing, right? So, but we'll see. because there are a lot of you just have to weigh the cost. Like, okay, in the wintertime, I wouldn't be spending $200+ a week on gas to get to work. And so you take that $200 out of the equation, put it into your pocket. Like how quickly. Yeah, here they go. This is what they usually do, and should have done, I feel like. But it's just, there's a lot of pro and con weighing and figuring out. I'd really have to like get down to the nitty gritty and figure out, okay, if I only make, say, $18 an hour doing this job from home, if I do $18 an hour, 48 hours a week, but work from home, how does that equate in terms if I go to my job I have now, but I have to spend money on gas, spend money on gas, vehicle upkeep, oil changes, because oil changes here in Alaska are not fucking cheap. I used to be able to go and get an oil change done for like $30-40. An oil change here, to take it somewhere and do it, is about $100. And I'm not even kidding. Like, the lowest I've seen someone bid to do an oil change up here is like $95. Not that, working from home would just get rid of having to get oil changes done, but, you wouldn't have to get one as frequent, is what I'm saying. But there's a lot of money talk that I would have to do. Like money figuring is what I mean to justify taking the pay cut. If I can justify taking, the initial pay cut from taking a job from home that obviously pays me less, then yeah, like why not? Like, I get to spend time more with my fiance. We save money on gas and other things. The saving money on gas and other expenses makes up for the pay cut. Obviously, you can't just have extremes. It's got to balance out. Back up my camera. There you go. So if it balances out and it's not too extreme, then yeah, screw it. Like, why wouldn't you work? Like, why wouldn't I work from home in that case? Or as long as our life wouldn't change because of the money hit, because we're saving it in other places or whatever, screw it. Let's do it.
Send the champion of chaos. Not Shaiish. The dark gift unleashed.
I mean, none of these are really good.
Yes. The demon prince.
Let's see what we got. Bombardment? Yeah, that's alright. Wrong one. Now, since I currently work from home, have been since the pandemic started. A month ago, my boss asked me to come into the office at least 2 days a week, and I asked if he would give me a raise to do so. He said no, so I said I'm not coming into the office and spend more money on gas than I currently am to deal with city traffic, commute times, buying lunch, etc. Right. And that's my thing is with my job is they're like, hey, like, we're gonna do all this extra work. Obviously, I don't have to pay for my gas driving around a company vehicle. Like, they obviously pay for that. But it's, it's more or less the same thing. Like, okay, you want me to take on extra work. I'm going to be working longer hours because of it. And it's one thing where if they didn't say they weren't going to give us work on a pay increase, but they did, and they got it approved, and then they back out of it, which... In Anon's case there, being a aerospace designer, his job is pretty fucking secure. Like, Anon, he's got a pretty good head on his shoulders, right? So he's not going anywhere anytime soon. If he were to get fired, Yeah, I was just gonna say, if Anon were to get fired, I guarantee you a company would be there to pick him up really fucking quick. Because I guarantee you, aerospace design is not something that's found on your everyday corner. So. And that's though, like, in my position, that's why I don't feel bad about leaving if my fiance and I can financially afford me to do so, because I am very expendable. Like I was out for this week. Sure, it sucked for everyone there that was still working. Like everyone there, it's sure sucked for them, and I feel bad. But the place didn't shut down. They still got everything done. And so like if I leave, like they'll find somebody to fill the void. It's not that big of a deal. So if a company can easily replace you like that, and you're not happy, and you can make another situation work that'll make you happier, I don't see a reason why you can't do it. Like, yes, it will suck for the people still there, but at the end of the day, if you're in that position, where you don't really have that power over the company, you got to do what makes you happy. If at that point, I could only be mad at myself if I don't take the opportunity, because then I'm just unhappy, I'm miserable. My YouTube channel doesn't do anything, and I can't sit there and complain about it, because it's like, well, you had it's like, well, Lemon Pledge, you had the opportunity with this company and you didn't take it. And it's like, well, I feel bad about my, old co-workers, and it's like, at the end of the day, you gotta take care of yourself first. And I'm getting better at doing stuff like that. But yeah, it's. And on the flip side of that, like okay, Anon gets his pay raise. Like, okay, like you pay me more, yeah, I'll come in. You start taking stuff away, you can be like, okay, I'm leaving where this place is offering me, $1,000 extra a month or whatever it may be. But oh yeah, even with FedEx Express, being a driver, it quits literally paying out after 10 years. So if you're just like the basic FedEx Express driver, you will get a raise every year for 10 years, and then it stops. So it doesn't matter if you're there at 10 years and then you're there for another 20, you'll be making the same amount of money at your 30-year milestone that you were at your 10-year. It just doesn't matter. Unless you move up to management or take on extra route responsibilities and stuff, like that's a whole mess. But just basic route driving, after 10 years you top out. You don't get a pay increase after 10 years. They do have different types of drivers, so you could become a different type of driver for FedEx, and that would change, but they also top out at 10 years. So they just take away the incentive, to stick around after 10 years. Which UPS up in FedEx is a fucking moneymaker. So I don't know if you guys know, in UPS, they have a kind of weird contract for UPS, right? So UPS, you're basically a bitch for 5 years. Because everything there is based off of seniority, kind of like fucking high school. It's kind of weird, but Your first year, you're a bitch. You do any route they need you to do. You pick up extra people's stuff if they don't want to take it. And you get very small. You get a raise, but you get a very small raise for the first 5 years. But then, for example, in Alaska, you start out, I think they're starting out like $22 an hour, right? So your next 5 years, you may only go up to like $23, $24 an hour. It's not that great. But at the end of your 5-year mark in Alaska, it jumps up to like $42.75 an hour. So you deal with the shit for 5 years, which it's just to make sure, it's just a way for the company to make sure that you're actually going to stick around and not screw them over, which I totally get. So, you know, you deal with the shit for 5 years at UPS up here in Alaska, it pays off really fucking well. You know, and it's literally an overnight change. It's not like due process shit where you gotta fill out paperwork. It's a, you know, all right, Lemon Pledge, you've been here 5 years, 42 whatever dollars an hour. Which in the lower 48, it's not as significant, but it's still like I think like a $5 or $6 increase from whatever they're doing. But yeah, UPS, you know, takes care of their people up here. You gotta deal with a lot of shit with UPS, but at least they compensate you for it. I don't know, it says, do people actually stay longer than 10 years? If so, why? Yeah, they do. Mainly because the thing is with FedEx, a lot of people at that point are going into management or other types of training. For example, the safety driving course you have to do. So FedEx pays you to go to one of their facilities to do a safety driving course. Because FedEx Express is it's tied with the federal DOT. So you have to become like DOT like road certified and whatnot. And so the guy who does the driving training for that is obviously the instructor for that, but also does a route part-time. So a lot of it for FedEx is you go into management, you go into training, or things like that, and most of the time people will do that before their 10-year mark. So it's from what I've seen up here in Alaska anyway, it's very, very rare to see someone be a courier, like just a plain basic like delivery person for 30 plus years. If they are still, you know, if they're with 30 years into FedEx, I guarantee you and they're like just a delivery guy, I guarantee you it's because they were a courier or something, and then went into management, and then they got out of management, and then they're just doing this like part-time or something. Because it doesn't pay you to do that. It just doesn't. Like, you are given no rhyme or reason to stay a driver your whole life. There just isn't. With FedEx anyway. They give you, you know, for 10 years you can be a driver, but after that, like, you got to do something, or else you're not getting a pay increase. So with all of that, that's another reason why I'm trying to do something on the side. Like I like gaming because I don't really have a whole lot of time outside of work. You know, when I'm working full time, I don't have a lot of time outside of work to go find another part-time job. Like, I just don't, especially in the busier seasons. Like, I'm working 10, 11 hour days. Like, it's really hard to find a part-time job when you're working 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And since we work with the DOT, we have I call it the 14-10 rule, just to make it easier for me. But basically, you can work with FedEx Express. I am only allowed to work a 14-hour day because the DOT requires that you have 10 hours off of from your previous shift. So if I work, you know, I can work a 15-hour day, but then it pushes me back for the following day when I can start again. So it's kind of different like that. But yeah. He's definitely doing his work here. So now you guys are all FedEx experts now. Come on, shoot him. Why aren't you shooting? You're literally... There you go. Alright, you're done. Alright, his health is capped. You guys come right here. He's a freaking tank, man. Suzanne says, that's a shame because the customer service people are easier to reach at FedEx than at UPS. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, really, like, the people are really nice. Do not get me wrong. Like, I love my coworkers. They are fun. We get along. It's a great time. But at the end of the day, a job is there to make you money. And if the job is not making you money and you're not happy, there is nothing, you know, there's nothing in any contract that says you have to work for X company for the rest of your life, you know, or else I would have been stuck with Nike when I got hired there when I was 14. You know, there's nothing there saying I'm stuck with them for the rest of my life. Good. Just charge this fucker. Overwhelm him. It's just blue horrors. I really don't care if they die. I probably won't. I don't know. Like, I'm feeling pretty shitty. So I don't know. Basically, if I don't stream this, if I don't feel good enough to stream this tomorrow, I probably won't stream this campaign again, just because at that point it'll be too late to continue this. Because I'm fingers crossed, which is weird to say, but I do need to go back to work, as much as I don't want to, because my fiance and I do need the money. But you know, unless I don't work all week and then I'm here again on the weekend, I'll stream it again. But I just don't see me being able. I don't see me having time again to stream this again. Because at that point, you like even you guys that are, you know, here every day with me, you'll have lost interest at that point, and you'll prefer I go to something else. I promise you. So, and I can't be burning out, you know, the people that are consistently here watching me. So, don't care if you die. Here, I'll give you some extra melee attack. Ooh, actually, you come over here. Alright. Is he stuck again? Okay. I thought he was stuck. Because I swear I told him to come over here. Alright, you need to get out.
Spreading ruin, sent by chaos. A place of
Manon says, right by the can and having the past done things like make you buy uniforms that cost way too much. And say you can quit. And say you can't quit until you pay off your debt to the company's store. Read that a shipping company in California got caught forcing their drivers to pay a lease on their trucks and paying them so little that they can't afford the lease and can't quit. Oh, fuck that. Yeah, luckily FedEx, I don't have to buy a truck. They provide all that for me. But yeah, that's super fucking shitty. Let's fucking attack these guys. Fuck that. He's just gonna keep fucking pushing you. Good. Destroy that. I think that's the army losses. Jesus. Not too bad, Demon Prince. Not too bad at all. The problem with him, like, I was trying to think of, like, oh, like, maybe I could do, like, a Nurgling stack with him, you know, and just make him into a Mortis engine, but since he starts flying, because he doesn't get a mount that, like, puts him on the ground or anything. Could give him a Nurgling Soul Grinder stack. But for that, you wouldn't need him in the army. You know, him being a Mortis engine in that army wouldn't matter because you have fucking Soul Grinders.
chaos lives here now. Demon Prince.
Too expensive.
Chaos reigns. Minions, bow before your god.
Good.
Demon Prince.
And alright, that's done. What do I want? Yeah, I have no idea what kind of army I want to build with him.
Benediction from the gods.
I do need to get more Slanesh corruption here, though. Yeah, that's... I'm trying to think where I want to... Because I got 30 levels... Well, 31 to go. I've got all, like, the basic stuff I want for him and the faction. And so I need to start thinking late game. Maybe not for this campaign and whatnot. But you know, in my own campaign, you know, trying to think like, okay, like what would I want to do? All right, Ice Drake Fjord, we can upgrade you.
I have ascended. So much power.
Let's go look at corn stuff. I would keep his wings for all those are pretty bad. That's pretty freaking good. That'd be good too. Because which one do I have now?
Hellish power.
Yeah. I get bored and just go with Bloodletters and Horror. Yeah, I'm thinking I want to do... Because I also really like... If you haven't played Slanesh, I highly recommend it. Anyone watching. And do a Demonette and Heartseeker. Heartseekers of Slanesh duo. Oh my fucking god. Like, I know I only play on hard, but fuck it. Those things fucking slap together. They're so fun.
Daemon Prince.
Really, really fun combo.
Reigns.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's save the points for now, and then just go to the next turn. I'm going to run to the restroom, and I will be right back, guys. Alright, I'm back. No. Looks like Legend went with Pink Horse Bam, turn 47, but he also has an illogical hate for melee units. I really like melee units in Warhammer 3, and I'm trying to get more practice with them, because just for me, like I feel like I understand how missile units work, you know, a little more, because that's what I basically only ever used in Warhammer 2. So I'm trying to get more experience with actual melee units and tactics, because honestly, like on harder difficulties, you know, it says like, you know, you will need tactics. You know, tactics are essential. And I think people got away from that and just, you know, they use... Well, I mean, magic and missiles are a tactic, but then when you try and switch to melee units, because melee is more viable in Warhammer 3, you know, you can't just, like, just throw them into melee and be like, alright, win. You know, you have to be tactic about it. Check out your equipment set. Equipment set bonuses. Some of them buff certain units or improve their recruit rank. Okay. Armor is pretty bad. Casualty. Okay. Replenishment rate isn't bad. I know too. He really likes. Like Legend really likes missile units, and so it makes sense that, you know, you're casting spells and, you know, you're basically just making another. Which that's one thing I try to get my head around, is I was like, oh, like I want him to be different, but as soon as you prioritize, you know, any of the mono gods, you're becoming that mono god's legendary lord. So, you know, if you decide like you want bloodthirsters, you know, then you're making Daniel or the Demon Prince into Scarbrand. You know, you're going melee. If you want missile units and magic, you have to go. You make him into Kairos. You know, Nurgle, you make him into a Mortis engine. Like, you're making him into that that specific legendary lord, unless you completely go undivided and don't go with any of the equipment sets. That's not bad. Yeah, I think for my first time I want to go undivided. So it's so far I'm not seeing anything that screams to me that I want to do anything specific. Yeah. Unfortunately, the undivided stuff up here is just shit. Let's do the demonette thing. I want to do melee. I want to do demonettes and heartseekers. I think that's what I'll start working on too later on. So yeah, we're a little behind in the Slaanesh. Melee is required more depending on, yeah, and that's what I like is oh, that's fine.
Skulls for the skull.
Oh, he was smart. At least he didn't occupy it. Yeah, Nurgle's casters are pretty good. I like them.
Supreme champion.
Nope. Staff, no.
Blasphemy! Blasphemy!
That's his first army because it's got the bear.
For the ruinous powers.
Is he's at war with him, right? Yeah.
Demon Prince.
Step too far.
9 and so he's got 13.
Despoiled.
He can't reach there anyway. If he takes that back, I don't care. So let's come over here.
Demon Prince.
Oh, no. This one.
Another dark
If he runs away anywhere, he'll die. Capacity for iridescent horrors wouldn't be bad. Yeah, we'll do that. That's actually a good investment. And then we'll move on. Just take it. It's weird. Very rare you see them using a settlement as a sack city. Looks like they got 2 armies here now, though. They're moving up towards the Black Gulch. That's a tanky garrison. I was gonna say good, but it's just tanky.
I died before betraying.
He doesn't have magic, which is good, but he does have breath attack.
chaos.
Yeah, that one will be easy. Welcome everyone who's hopping in. This is better. Oh, this has Stream of Corruption though. I like Stream of Corruption.
Corruption.
Really good spell. Really good spell. I also want to do another Nurgle campaign. I wish I could just play the game on like 3 different monitors at once, and you know, like be okay on my front monitor here, right? I need to move this. If I do that, so you can see my hands. There we go. That's weird. Or I can just, you know, move myself.
Something encroaches on our darkness. Annihilation.
Oh shit, did I not? Fuck. Sorry. I forgot I was besieging that. What was I trying to think? Oh yeah, Nurgle. I want to play Nurgle again. I love Nurgle. I wish people would give him more of a benefit of the doubt. Cause it baffles. So, like, I like Nurgle obviously, and it just baffles me that people hate Nurgle because it's so quote unquote boring because you blob up, right? You know, but you know, what do you do? Excuse me. I guarantee you, what do 90% of the people do? Or like the first thing people would do, if playing vampire counts, they'll tell you to Scaly Blob, Wind of Death. I guarantee you that will be one of their first responses if they have a knowledge of the game and they're not the ones asking the question. I guarantee you their recommendation, oh, Scaly Blob, you know, Wind of Death, super easy, super fun. You know, I guarantee you that is what they would recommend you do, right?
They must die.
And you know, it's like every faction has that. Like, what else? Oh, missile units or treeman spam, that kind of thing. But then, as soon as like Nurgle came in, we're like, oh yeah, you know, you just blob in a circle and do a mortis engine. It's like, how is that strategy any different from any of the other strategies that people recommend you doing? Because for me personally, like, it's been a while since I've streamed Nurgle, but if you guys go back and watch those, I love watching stuff because the AI, especially when fighting ogres, which ogres are like the pristine example, I think even more than Khorne, for Nurgle to fight. Because one, the enemy will always underestimate you, and you can visibly see it in the battles, right? So you have like your mortis engine, you know, with your lord or whoever may be, a hero, whatever you end up getting to work for you, and then you just blob up, and you get the AI. They're just constantly rushing you, right? They're just constantly running into you, and you know, then they, as they would, because you know, like ogres have a bunch of like large units. You know, they cycle charge. They go in, they go out, they just come back. They're getting affected by the Mortis engine. They're getting debuffed with the poison. You can do not Soul Blight or what it is or whatever. You know, they're doing so much debuffing that the AI can't handle it. It's the same way when they made I can't remember who it was, when they made the video about the vampire counts regenerating, right? It's the same idea. You're doing so much debuffing, you know, to the enemy that even like a Stonehorn coming in is basically always missing his attacks, and even when he does hit, say he's got 400, you know, weapon strength, his weapon strength is probably down to like 175, 200 with like 20 melee attack against Nurglings that have like 50 melee defense, which, you know, it's not that big of a deal, but the enemy is debuffed so much they can't even hit a fucking Nurgling unit as a giant entity. They just can't do it. And then literally the AI, you know, they just cycle charge in and out, in and out, in and out. And then eventually they're just stuck. Well, you'll see they'll just like span out and be like, okay, this isn't working and we're losing balance of power. What do we do? And they just don't know what to do because you've taken literally no damage. You haven't had to do anything except cast a few spells, maybe a few heals on your Mortis engine. And it's just like, what can you do? And you can't do anything. And that's what's fucking hilarious. It's awesome, and I love it. And I get it's not for everybody, but it just baffles me that it's like, oh, you know, all you do, you know, I mean, all you do is, you know, blob up or fight in the trees in a blob or do this or do that. You know, it's like, okay, what do you, I guarantee you, if Mercy, Dame, or Legend, you know, play a Vampire Counts campaign, unless it's a specific, like, don't recruit this unit campaign, what are they going to do? Vampire, you know, free scaly spam. All they're going to do. Greenskins, they're going to crap stack every single time, and they don't bat an eye. But then as soon as Nurgle comes around, it's like, ah, Nurgle. Nope, you know, missile units, bad. And it's like, it's just backwards, you know. But it's fine. I know it's not for everyone, and that's fine too. It just makes me laugh because people they just don't see the value in it. I think it's because Nurgle is, and I don't mean those streamers, just the community in general. For the record, it's just a different type of playstyle that people aren't used to or they don't like, and so they don't look in to see how effective it can be. Like that Reddit post that you sent me today, Anon. You know, because there are a very few people that do actually enjoy Nurgle, and you can do some pretty extreme things with those plague recipes, for sure. It's really, really fun. And that's the thing, is like, it's in a Nurgle campaign, it's not one thing that that makes it fun. It's when you put all of the pieces of the puzzle together and then you get the end result. Like with Scarbrand, once you get him ranked up, and he's literally, you know, he's just ping-ponging between settlements. That's just Scarbrand doing his thing. You don't need faction mechanics, you don't need a hero, you don't need a weapon or an ability to do that. That's just Scarbrand and a few levels up, and then his faction mechanics. That's him doing everything. But Nurgle, you need the plagues, you need the heroes, you need the lord. You know, you need all of that stuff to work for them to make the army successful. Chess says, hey, how are you doing? You seem to feel a little better, and I agree with you. I also like him, but people think it's boring, and it's hard for them to deal with the fact that fighting is slow, and I get that, but I mean, what do you do? Like, and Vukoma Sandy likes, oh, I like scaly spamming too. Don't get me wrong, scaly spamming is fun, and like, yeah, the fighting is slow, but I mean, and I'm not trying to bash your comment there, Shats, by any means, but like, I mean, what do people do in scaly spam? They sit in a corner, wait, we're at 23 reserves, okay, Wind of Death, and then they just shoot the shit, with the with the chat. They'll talk about this, they'll talk about that. Oh, 23 Winds of Magic is up. All right, let's do another one. Oh, look, hey, there's the battle, we won. It's like, yeah, the battles will probably go a little faster, but it's not like it's any more tasking and hard to generate Winds of Magic doing that tactic versus just blobbing up, and casting a few debuff spells or casting a few heal casts from time to time. There really isn't that much difference in terms of the difficulty of making that happen, I guess. It says, I had the conversation with Dame and Mercy before. For them, they complain about getting shut up while advancing. When I mention hide in the trees to waste ammo, they respond with, that's boring. I mean, that said, neither of them enjoy vampire skeleton spam. I mean, I think Mercy is definitely more of the experimental type because he doesn't want to do that. And I mean, that's fine if you don't want to. If people don't want to use, for me, like, I play into a faction's strengths, and I'm not saying they don't by any means. I'm not saying that. I don't want anyone to think, that I'm here saying that they play the game wrong, because I'm not. Like, play the game however you want. But I think that is, playing into their faction's strength. You fight in areas, it's like historical titles where fighting on a hill gives you an advantage when the enemy has to go uphill to attack you, right? It's a strategic advantage for you to be on top of the hill and the enemy have to come up and fight to you. That's just a strategic maneuver by you that you're doing. Wow, that did like nothing. And if they get, and if they get bored, doing that, that's fine. It's just a strategy that they want to do. And the thing is, though, Nurgle, like, in my opinion, the Nurgle's like factions, like from now, as of now anyway, they are not meant to be like Khorne's where you can have the speed a little bit to charge into them. Kugas faction is not a faction where you're going to go and charge and not get shot up, because that's just not going to happen. You got tons of health, tons and tons of health as Nurgle's faction, sure, but they're still, they're not going to win any. They're not going to win any sprints, So, I mean, against that, it's like, I mean, that strategy, they're just using the wrong. They're using the wrong faction and the wrong units for that to happen, Plus, the other thing you can do, I mean, because I know myself included, you can waste ammo depending on the unit mass and size. I don't know if a plague drone is actually big enough, but you could get a hero to waste ammo if you really needed to. The good thing too is if you're playing as Kugath and you lose a Nurgling unit or two on your way to advance to attack somebody, who cares? It's a Nurgling unit. It's as useful to you as scaly spamming with free skeletons. Like, it just doesn't matter if you lose a unit or two of Nurglings. It just doesn't matter. Hey, David, welcome. Sorry, Vukoma, I missed some of your messages here. It says, I like scaly spam because it's time to make full use of lords and heroes. My favorite faction is Tomb Kings. And most part of the game you spam skeletons with much less power than vampire counts because you get 0 Lord casters. That's very true. I just don't like Tomb Kings. Their campaign start is so slow. Like, I can't do it. Like, I'm a very cautious and slow player to begin with, but that's on steroids for me, and I just can't do it. I have tried. I tried streaming, like, when I first started my channel, just about 11 months ago, almost a year ago now. I got to the point where I was like, you know, I haven't really played Tomb Kings before. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I played a Sentra, and I was like, screw it, you know, let's do it. Let's try a Tomb Kings campaign. And it was an hour and a half in, and I quit. I was like, I don't enjoy this. This is fun. It's just not for me. Plus, like I know you can do it, but like for me, Tomb Kings have a problem like Bretonia, where Bretonia has a good economy, but their economy is really good if you do the Free Knights exploit. The Tomb Kings can be fun, getting more dynasties unlocked and everything, and it makes it a lot easier and more enjoyable if you farm Rapunzel's trait, which I don't really trait farm in my campaigns just because I don't want to take the time to do it. I want to get rid of a faction and move on, and I don't want to have to keep a faction alive just to get a retreat every now and then to boost my research rate, kind of thing. Like I just don't enjoy having to do that for them, or even Ikit. Like I don't want to have to farm a trait to bypass a game mechanic so I can make a faction stronger. The same reason why I don't enjoy Bretonia. Like, I know I don't have to free knight, you know, spam lords and whatnot to get that just to make more money, because their economy is good already. I get that, but their economy is really good if you do this. You know, if you do this exploit. And it's same thing with that trait farming. Like, it's like, yeah, you don't have to, but your research rate is going to be like 5%, you know, by turn 100 if you don't do this. And it's like, you know, I just don't want to take the time to do that. Like, if they were able to get like students or something, you know, that's one thing. That way you don't have to trait farm. But it's too tedious for me. I know it's not for everyone, and that's totally fine. But for me, I just can't. I just get bored of trait farming after a while. Like don't get me wrong, I'll get, in Warhammer 2 anyway, I would get Isabella's trait for 1 or 2 lords, but I wasn't doing it for every single lord. And like Legends Vampire Count campaign, where he was getting, you know, he was trait farming the fuck out of that campaign for some of his lords and whatnot. I would never do that. I do not have the patience, and I do not have the time to get, you know, 5 or 6 traits specifically for the lords to make them as strong as possible. You know, like I just don't have that determination, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I don't care enough to trait farm that heavily. Considering I don't trait farm a lot to begin with, I'm not going to that extreme. Hey David, it says, how are you doing on this wonderful Sunday? Playing some of the Warhammer 3 Demon Prince. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun, actually. That means in Warhammer 3 you're more than the Vampire Crown or the 3. I'm not sure what you mean, David.
Within my power.
Probably bring some of you guys in now. Yeah, like even even like later down the road, I mean, when Immortal Empires comes out, I'm never touching this campaign again. But already now, like, I don't even consider this a Realm of Chaos campaign because I'm playing with the no riff mod on, and I'm already having so much more fun without having to worry about the rifts being a factor. It's just unreal. Mainly too, because the only other reason I was playing the Realm of Chaos campaign was for the Slanesh, was from the Slanesh Realm gifts, and then they nerfed the Slanesh Realm gifts. So I was like, you're literally giving me personally no incentive to play the actual Realm of Chaos campaign. Alright, you're getting shut the fuck up. You're talking about the two kings. I don't know if I think I'll like the vampire counts in Warhammer 3 if they don't fuck with the regeneration stuff too much. Because, you know, with how the magic system is, I think they need to leave. You know, Legend was talking about it in his stream earlier today. You know, you can't take all of the fun stuff that people enjoy and replace it with nothing. Like, you have to give people something to enjoy about a faction, and if you don't, then people just won't play it. So, you know, I'm worried that, I'm worried that they're going to take all this stuff away from the vampire accounts, and then, you know, CA obviously has obviously seen the video on the, I would think so anyway. They've definitely seen the video on the amount of regeneration that vampire accounts have in multiplayer, you know, and so they're gonna be like, oh, gotta get rid of that. And it's like, if they keep taking away, you know, the old races, excuse me, if they keep taking away some of the new stuff they're implementing, then like people just aren't gonna play it, you know. And Legend, like, I've hinted at that before, but Legend finally talked about it today in his stream, and it's true. You know, if they keep making stuff so anti-fun for these, you know, the older races, the older factions and whatnot, they bring them into Warhammer 3, and they take away stuff, add in some few things, and then a few people bitch like, oh, this is overpowered, can't have this, and they take it away. I think it crashed again. Yeah. People just aren't going to have fun with it. They got to give the people something. Yeah, I never played Vortex. I bought it after ME came out. Tried it a few times and hated the random armies that spawned in your territory. Yeah. Alright. Well, tell you what. This is the second time it's crashed. I know it's really short, but I'm not feeling any better. I'm not sounding any better. I'm just going to cut it. I do appreciate everyone that came. I was hoping I was just going to start feeling better, but I'm coughing all the time, and it's just not good for you guys. I do apologize. Let's see. Yeah, Legend's still streaming. Radiant Ash is still streaming. So if you guys want to hop over there, I'm sure they'll appreciate the use. But yeah, thank you all for being here. I'm sorry I'm not feeling any better. It's just talking constantly and everything. I don't think it's helping either, but I do apologize. I appreciate everyone that came and sticking with it. But yeah, it's just, I'm just not feeling the best. But yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'm going to try and stay alive. I'll let you guys know on Discord how tomorrow is going to go. I'm probably just going to end up making a video for tomorrow. I probably won't stream tomorrow, but I'll let you guys know either way. But yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Hope you have a good rest of your Sunday or Monday, depending on where you are. And I will hopefully see you guys again soon. Have a good one.